Good evening, CAN TV viewers. Thank you for tuning in to the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. My name is Yolanda Givens, and I am so excited to be here. We are back. This is like our fourth season segment, not sure what you call it, but we have some great shows lined up for you for this particular quarter. We want to give a shout out to the founder and CEO of the nonprofit organization, the Georgia Doty Comprehensive Health, Mr. Don Doty, and his wife, Miss Joyce. What's up? Hey to you guys. We're going to get right into it because we got two phenomenal guests. And today, we're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. We're going to be talking about music and the relation to music and health. And why is it important? Because without making money, it adds stress, a little bit of music, helps us feel better. So we have two experts here. They're going to be sharing with you. I'm going to start over here with Mr. Barry White. He is a serial entrepreneur. And then right next to me is Jared the drummer.
Jared the drummer,
right. So we're going to get right into this conversation because 30 minutes goes by really fast. And we want to make sure that we get as much information out to you as possible. Don't forget, if you have any questions, we want you to call in. If you want to make any comments, we want you to call in to 312-738-1060. Let's get right down to it. I'm going to start off with Mr. White and ask you to share with us this whole serial entrepreneur. Like, what does that mean? Why are you a serial entrepreneur? And how has it impacted your life?
Okay, that's a lot. Okay, well, a serial entrepreneur is somebody who has started numerous entrepreneurial ventures. So that's plain and simple. That's what a serial entrepreneur is. And I did the other thing. I went the corporate route. I have a strong retail background. And then when computers came to retail, I'm telling my age, I switched over to computers. And that changed my life also. But in the corporate world, you always have to answer to somebody,
right.
And you don't have the freedom to express yourself, and you can't monetize your ideas because whether you know it or not, anything that you come up with is the property of the company.
Right.
Okay. Right. And so I learned that a lot. I came up with a lot of $1 million ideas in my corporate days and everything. Now my ideas are my own, and I can go out there. And my main mission is to help other people become entrepreneurs.
That's what's up.
Because there was nobody out there for me when
That's what's up.
I was starting.
I'm just going to share Facebook, as you guys know. Even if you are a professional, have full-time employment, we know we need multiple streams of income, bottom line. So in some aspect, all of us should be looking to be, at some level, an entrepreneur. So let's listen and see what these fellas got to say. So you, Mr. Drummer, let's hear from you as it relates to, I know you want to talk a little bit about music, and we was talking before we came in here, so I want to just ask the question, what even prompted you to even explore this whole idea of music and health and the connection between it?
Well, actually, music and health goes together so much. Sometimes when you're not feeling too good mentally, physically. Sometimes you're riding in your car, you hear your favorite song, it cheers you up. Also did a little bit of research about music and the things that it helps you with good health. It also it reduces your blood pressure. Mm-hmm. It helps your memory.
Okay.
It also reduces the heart rate as well. Mm-hmm. So music is tied into a lot of things with health relations. Every day we, like you said, endure stress. Mm-hmm. Every day we endure the everyday hustle and bustle of life, getting up. Like my song, it actually inspired me. I was on my way to work one morning, and I was like, man, I have to get up. The alarm clock came on. I was like, I got to get up and go. So even during that day, during work, the lyrics started coming to me, and it's just basically about getting up and going, not staying in the same place.
Right.
We all have to elevate in life, and one of my friends also told me a story about Michael Phelps, like what helped him to win his gold medal. So he was saying that he put on a certain song by Future, and it was called Stick Talk. So the song actually put him into a zone, and he was able to overcome any type of obstacle. And it's also about sometimes you have to have the blinders on and just focus on the task at hand.
Right.
So music ties into all of that. It controls how you feel emotionally,
Right.
spiritually, everything. So that's what I try to do. I try to come up with good, positive music to put you in a good mood, just to make you feel good.
Right.
And that ties into health. If you look good, if you feel good,
Right.
you're positive, most of the time, good things will happen for you,
Right.
and your day will not be as stressful.
Right.
And if it is, you'll also be able to handle it.
Right, absolutely, absolutely, and with everything that's going on around us in our community, and having an outlet, having something to go to. I was telling you in there that sometimes I forget, to turn the music on, then I turn it on and be like, my whole body just feels better.
And I forgot, music also helps with your memory.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
it's-
Absolutely. And talking about that, my mom had a massive stroke, I think it was like 7 years ago. That was one of the things that they told me to do to help with her memory, is to have her and help with her speech, even to be able to say words again, is to help her let her listen to music, over and over again. So you're right.
Like I said,
there
I
are some
did-
great things.
I did my research.
Right.
I wasn't gonna come on here looking, like I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, we know you know what you're talking about. So, Mr. Berry, share with the viewers, maybe like steps to entrepreneurship. Like, what advice would you give to someone that is trying to pursue this whole idea? Because we kind of also just throw the word out there, and what does that really mean? And how do you how do you be successful at it?
Well, first thing is there's a difference between a business owner and an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Entrepreneur is for life. I mean, it's in your
Right.
blood. It's like if one thing fails, you try something else. You dust yourself off, you get back up, do something else. And it's not about the money. A lot of people think that it's about the money that we're entrepreneurs. We like anybody else, we like nice things, but we're in it because of the independence and the ability to help others also.
Right.
And so that's all part of being an entrepreneur.
Right.
And that's why I'm such a advocate for entrepreneurship. And the main thing is educate yourself. You may be the best baker of a cake, but that don't mean you can own a bakery.
Right.
Okay?
Absolutely.
It's a huge difference.
Absolutely.
So understand the business aspect of what you want to do entrepreneurial, and educate yourself. And so now I have a huge educational platform. I'm an advocate for entrepreneurs educating themselves, and not necessarily through the college route, but educate and get mentors of people who have actually been in the trenches
Okay.
and who know.
Hold that thought, because we
Okay.
do have a caller. Caller, are you there?
Hello?
Yes? You have a
Yes,
question?
I'd like to ask Mr. White, is there funding available for minority businesses in terms of support?
I heard that keyword funding.
Right.
Okay. And yes and no. Okay. First of all, anytime you go to a bank or anywhere else, they want you to have skin in the game. So you cannot get money unless you have money. And I know that sounds crazy.
No.
It's money
but
to make
it
money.
takes-
That's what they say.
It doesn't sound
Okay.
crazy.
So, so there's resources out there, but the main thing, and I always tell people, if your goal takes $200,000-$300,000, do something else to raise that yourself, and not be old, because aren't you kind of creating yourself into another job if you owe somebody dearly? And I don't care how good the idea is, there's always a chance it could fail. And can you imagine being $300,000 in debt on a failed venture? You'll be paying for that the rest of your life. So there's funding sources out there for you, but also try to self-fund yourself as much as possible.
Okay.
And always remember that when you start a venture, don't think about paying yourself for at least 3 months.
Okay.
If you don't have 3 months worth of payments to handle your day-to-day expenses, don't start out.
Okay.
And there's no shame in starting and being an entrepreneur part-time.
Okay.
While you fund yourself.
Okay.
And I looked up entrepreneurship, and it says it's putting out a business with a chance of taking a risk of not even making profit.
You know what? The only way I knew you looked it up is because it had that keyword in there, risk.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes,
There's
sir.
always a risk.
Right.
Okay? And you got to have a high risk tolerance to be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Right. You do. Yeah, some people are like, I don't know how you, that's crazy. I don't know how you do it. So we know that there is funding out there, but however, that startup, kind of funding, Mr. White was saying that try to figure out a way to raise it yourself so that you don't start off in debt. And you definitely have to have money to make money. I just was telling somebody, why don't you get investors and sponsors? Well, investors and sponsors look for who has, sounds crazy, but people don't want to give money to those who they don't know can handle the money or don't have some sort of backing already. So it is crazy. So,
And
yeah.
that's something that I've also said as well. It's like when you're getting blessed. Sometimes we ask for blessings and we ask for things in life, but it's like giving a baby a brand new car. So a baby wouldn't be able to handle something to that magnitude of that. So we definitely have to be ready and responsible and also disciplined to be able to do the things that we need to do when we do receive the money and we do receive the fundings. I actually have a couple of sponsors. One of my sponsors is a black-owned detergent with also ties into health as well, because if you smelling good, your clothes are clean,
Right,
you
absolutely.
feel good as well. But yes, they help me out on a lot of endeavors, and it's not just leaning too much on that one sponsor. And then, like you also said, we have to have multiple sources of income coming in, even with entrepreneurship. So, and even with doing this music, your business has to be taken care of first. Like I made sure that my songs were copywritten.
Absolutely.
I'm also registered with
Absolutely.
ASCAP as well. So
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you have to make sure your business is taken care of first. So
And,
no one
and,
can
and in
steal
saying that, taking care of your business, let me say this. I don't want anybody to be a sole proprietor. I mean, if you're in business, be in business. Incorporate yourself. It is not that expensive, but it's very expensive to be sued.
Right.
Okay? And if
Okay.
you're a sole proprietor, guess what? All expenses come on you. But if
Right.
you're incorporated, there's ways that you can shelter that loss.
So I'm going to add to that. So for all of us that out there doing business, have not incorporated, not a real legal business, he encourages you. He said it. We need to make sure that we incorporate. A lot of times we don't know how, don't know the resources, and we just kind of functioning, and then we realize that we're responsible, personally responsible. Which in some aspects you still anyway, but definitely being able to have something to back you up and be able to support.
And people
what
want to
you're
do
doing.
business with people who are in business.
At-
And so, and you cannot just say Inc.
Yeah.
It is illegal to put ink behind your company name and you're not actually incorporated.
Right.
Okay.
And I can tell that you did your research.
Yes. Years and years.
Right. So how would, and either you can answer it, how do you think, or how has being an entrepreneur impact the health of your family, or your life?
Well, you know what? I got a funny story on that. For years, I was, for lack of a better word, a closet millionaire, meaning that I had net worth in the millions, and and I lived under the radar because for the safety of my family and things like that. And then it was like I was living in a house of cards. Everything came crashing down. The real estate bust, and then some other businesses collapsed. And then I realized, if I'm going to be a leader and advocate entrepreneurship, I got to let people know that there is money in it, and then that's when I started outing myself and then got back on the path. I haven't made it to that million yet, again, but I'm en route to it.
Okay.
But you got to let people know and share your success, because everybody tells about how bad things are.
Right.
But you got to let people know your success. I got a best friend who didn't even know. My mother didn't even know. Okay. And so, but once I started outing myself, all kind of other opportunities came about.
Okay.
And one more thing.
Go ahead.
Okay. Before you make it, you gotta fake it, okay? You don't hear fake it till you make it. You gotta look like success, as the record says. You gotta look like money, okay? Because if you don't, who people gonna do business with?
Right.
Somebody that look like they're in it to win it. Okay.
So I'm basically sitting next to a millionaire. I like that. And also with entrepreneurship and how it affects your family, it's basically your image as well, like he said, and not just financial, but your public image, how people perceive you, and that ties into the things that you do in your everyday life. Like me myself, for instance, my image is that I am a positive artist. I'm a positive rapper. So if you catch me somewhere on the corner doing things or doing something that is selling drugs or doing something that I should not be doing or something that goes against the whole grain of what I'm trying to put out, then that's not right. That's fake. So you have to, like you said, fake it till you make it. You also have to practice what you preach.
Yes, exactly.
You have to walk it like you talk it. And with my song and everything, I wouldn't want that coming back to my family or something like, I saw Jared the drummer doing this. It's in my song. I also say I have people looking up to me, that I'm like a hero to people, a role model, and this is one of the things that motivates me to do this, because I do plan to be a public figure, and the more success that you have, you get a voice, and the stronger your voice becomes, because I definitely plan on making changes.
So I'm gonna shift just a little bit. We got our viewers watching the community. A lot of times people will say, "I'm not a role model." Don't look up to me. I'm not a mentor. It's not for me. And but I don't think we have a choice.
No, you don't.
That's my personal opinion. I don't think we have a choice. So for you two that are black men, what do you say to that?
Well, for one thing, I say I am Inglewood.
Okay.
I came out of Inglewood.
Okay.
And I have to say that, let people know that, because there's other people telling people that's in Inglewood that you'll live and die in Inglewood and you won't make a penny. So I got to be the voice and say, hey, you can make it. I came out, you come out also.
Absolutely.
Okay. Was I chased by gangsters? Yes, I was. Okay. I learned to run very fast. Okay. But I survived. I made it. Okay.
I'm laughing because I'm like telling all my LA people, I was in Inglewood too, but in LA. What do you say to that, though?
Well, I was born and raised in, they call it the Wild Hundreds.
Okay.
113th and Wallace, right down the street from Finger High School.
Yeah,
And it
I'm
actually,
familiar.
I cannot lie, it actually helped prepare me
For life.
One of the things I was just telling my associate the other day when we was outside talking, I said one of the things that it prepared me for was to, if I fall down, to be able to get back up, no matter what the circumstances or the situation is. And it also helped me to adapt to any environment that I'm in. So if we outside in Inglewood and, you know, I'm able to adapt to that environment. If we're in corporate America, I'm able to adapt to that environment. So I do think my upbringing and where I was raised and the things that it taught me. Now I always look at life as the glass is always half full instead of half empty.
Yeah.
They say you can't trust people in this day and age, but
Yes, you can.
I can't help it. I still give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
I do too.
And if I get burned, I look at it that it's not even on me, it's on that individual for misleading me and not giving me the respect and showing their trust that they should have shown me in the first place. So I still give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Doesn't mean that I'm gullible, because I also have the gift of discernment too.
Right.
And we definitely need that in this day and age and time. So.
Also, you know, so many people think that you're a sellout if you're corporate. If, you know, matter of fact, some people tell me that when I answer the phone and I'm in a corporate environment, I speak white. What does that mean? Okay, my last name is White. Exactly. But let me say this: there's no place for ebonics in entrepreneurship. Okay,
All right.
how many people are going to buy your goods or service when you're speaking in a language, okay, like that? So, you know, if I'm a sellout, I'll sell out if I can sell out of my product and service, okay? So just think about that, you know. I'm in it to win it, okay? And if I gotta walk a certain way or dress a certain way, I'm in a suit 6.5 days a week, okay?
6.5.
6.5. Now, it's also a good thing because I drive nice. I don't get pulled over. Okay, you know, you can wear those hoodies if you want to, but you know what can happen. Okay, but when you dress a certain way, you demand a certain amount of respect. Okay. And I see we got the 1 minute warning, so I'm gonna yield to you too.
Go ahead. You got any final words? That's usually what I ask. Any final words?
I will be on 88.9 The Wave this Sunday. No, I ask people to call in and ask some questions, so you can catch me there. Can I say my Facebook? And
What's your Facebook?
my Facebook is J the Drummer, JERADE. The Drummer is the same as Instagram. My song is on all the platforms. I Gotta Go, Tidal, Apple Music, all of that. And I don't want to do too much advertising, but just to let you know, I am just a real down-to-earth brother trying to make a change, not just for myself, but for the community, all races, everyone.
And for me, let me help you help yourself. Text Barry, Barry, to 72727. Barry to 72727. You'll see questions for Barry. Give me your questions. Let me help you.
Yes, we gotta wrap up. We gotta go. We are back here every Tuesday at 7:30. Why are we talking about entrepreneurship? Because it can help change the aspect of our family and the health of our family, if we're able to have the resources that we need to survive, you know, to put food on the table, to be able to even give back, being able to tap into ways to fund education, you know, is so very, very important. Thank you. They're telling me to get out of here. My name is Yolanda Gibbons. This is the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. Please go to our website, GeorgiaDotyHealth.org. We have some phenomenal community services and resources that are coming up. And find me on Facebook, Yolanda Gibbons, and I'll make sure I share their information with you guys. Thanks so much and have a good one.